Let's kick this off by adding 50 sins for retelling the Spider-Man origin story. That's it. It stops now. We're putting a 20-year hold on retelling this story. You hear us, Marvel? 20 years. Who just names their nightclub? They need a better marketing team. Discount GTA 4. Why does that comic stand have Spider-Man comics before Spider-Man even existed?
Hey, somebody stop that guy! He just robbed me! Hey, kid, a little help?
Not my problem.
Peter is an asshole.
Not my problem.
Not my problem cliché. A bakery named The Bakery is almost as unoriginal as the retelling of the Spider-Man origin story.
Somebody stop that dude! You don't care. Nobody cares till it's them.
This guy would be good at GamingSins.
Come.
Remember, happiness is a choice.
Yes, random woman, happiness is a choice after getting held at gunpoint and robbed. Also, slavery was a choice, right, Kanye?
You stopped at a yellow light! Who stops at a yellow light?
Seems like New York is filled to the brim with people who would be great at GamingSins. Car gently slides Peter out of the way. Peter is the only one running towards the gun shop when he couldn't have known it was Uncle Ben who was shot. And on top of that, he's doing this 10 seconds after saying,
Not my problem.
Uncle Ben looks like he's in a Life Alert commercial rather than a man who's just been shot.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
I see the gunman went with the special bullets that leave no bullet hole or blood. Oh no, Uncle Ben died. I didn't see that coming.
World where my parents disappeared.
Narration. Uncle Ben's tombstone doesn't have the year he was born or the year he died.
I'll never stop looking for Uncle Ben's killer. Never.
Protagonist wants revenge for a dead loved one cliché. PS2 graphics. We meet again.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Graphics aren't everything, but we can't say enough how bad this game looks for a PS4 and Xbox One game, especially when The Amazing Spider-Man 1 looked better. There are horrible textures all over the world and constant screen tearing on any console you play it on. Add on 50 sins.
The man who killed Uncle Ben is out there somewhere. And I will find him.
I will find him cliché. 2 years after cliché. What were you doing for the past 2 years? Bruce Campbell doesn't voice this tutorial.
We have a robbery suspect fleeing on foot. Male, Caucasian, blonde hair, sunglasses.
That fits the description of the guy who shot Uncle Ben.
That also fits every description of every thug you fight in this game. These thugs decided to take a break from GTA San Andreas.
The ringleader looks like the guy who killed Uncle Ben. But I'm not sure. I need to get some pictures of him.
Wouldn't it be better to stop the thugs right away instead of just taking pictures of one guy? You could get a good look at them after you put an end to their scheme. You are Spider-Man after all. Where was he hiding that camera? Convenient interruptions are convenient. They're stealing guns, but instead of picking one up and shooting him, they attack him with their fists. Let's attack one at a time, not all together. Discount Arkham City. Large thug is able to jump a van with ease.
You're gonna pay for what you've done, Spider-Man!
You're gonna pay for what you've done, cliché. The webs go straight through him. Good job, game designer. Good job. Guy gets webbed up to a wall facing it and legs hanging. Then we get to see the cutscene where he's 6 feet up, double webbed and facing away from the wall.
Guess the jails all have the same fashion magazines, because there sure are a lot of criminals who look like you.
Whoa. Is Spider-Man trying to reference the fact that the game uses the same NPC models for criminals? That's a new low, Activision, even for you. And this coming from a company that released a Duck Dynasty game. Where was he keeping that phone? Is it the same place that Christopher Walken was keeping that watch hidden all those years? Is the camera there too?
I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass 2 years.
And maybe you live. Come get them, punks!
How about I take the guns? I don't think you guys are qualified to use them responsibly.
How to ruin a good surprise attack 101. Making snarky comments out loud within earshot. Those guys should be able to spot Spidey. 2 of them are almost looking right at him.
Yeah, he's right here!
Didn't I already fight you?
Again, the NPCs only have so many models lampshading. There's no way that a character with such a stylized getup doesn't turn into a villain later. Shocker.
For you.
Schultz went to the Stormtrooper School of Shooting. Discount Matrix.
You're gonna pay for that bug!
Actually, spiders are arachnids. Spider-Man looks like a meth addict with all that twitching. Spider-Man also has the power to put his hands through phones.
The tattoo. What does it mean?
It's a gang thing.
There aren't any gangs using that symbol.
Spider-Man doesn't consider the possibility that there's a gang he doesn't know about.
Stop it, and you're gonna tell me how.
I'm not sure you can. You ask me, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better, huh?
There it goes again. Why does Spider-Man's reaction seem to have no correlation to what's actually being said?
You ask me, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better, huh?
It's going to get worse before it gets a lot better cliche. His hand was stuck during the whole interrogation, but as soon as it was time to make a move, his hand gets free as if the web was bubblegum. Discount Ninja. Why didn't he just do that before? Damn, that spider sense really comes and goes, huh?
Stupid!
Spider-Man defines his own game in one word.
All right, I got you covered. Swing by the alley behind Jazzy Johnny's nightclub. And hey, cash only.
That could be Carradine. Time for old Spidey to go clubbing.
It could also be some random thug who simply happens to be in the same business. New York is a big city and has quite a lot of crime. But sure, let's just assume it's Carradine.
That's not Carradine.
And what do you know? It's not Carradine.
Your call, Spider-Man. Chase us or let those people burn.
Or you could web them up with just 2 quick shots, then save people from the burning building. Stan Lee! Yes! Remove a sin. And while we're at it, let's remove another sin for Stan Lee playing someone called Stan. And he owns a comic book store. Minus 10 sins. Naming a comic book store Comic Stand and having the D light not working? Take off another sin, my friend. Is Spider-Man Superman? How the hell did he change outfits that quickly? Why is there a Black Cat poster in Stan's shop if she's a wanted criminal? Why is there a Scarlet Spider poster if he doesn't exist yet? Cameos, I guess? Marvel Comics in the Marvel Universe. How does that work? Does the in-universe Marvel pay royalties to the superheroes? So many questions.
This is Carradine. What do you need?
What kind of a career criminal opens a phone call saying, "Hey, this is Carradine"? What if the cops were listening? Hiding behind the garbage can cliche. Spider-Man just crouches there instead of doing something to prevent Carradine from taking those guys hostage.
I know, Uncle Ben. Hostage comes first.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great if we could just choose to either catch the bad guys or save the hostage? I mean, especially in a game that has a so-called hero-villain mechanic. So you keep your Spider-Man suit in the closet, and it's open? How does Aunt May not know that her nephew's Spider-Man? Maybe Aunt May has seen it and Peter told her it's some sexy roleplay with Gwen. 20 sins for such a blatant oversight.
Carradine, a convicted murderer and arms dealer. Carradine has been identified as the perpetrator in last year's shooting of Queens resident Benjamin Parker.
Whitney says that Uncle Ben died last year, but when you see Spider-Man on the Chrysler building at the beginning of the game, it says it's been 2 years since Uncle Ben died. Is she constipated? Wow, is this woman the Flash because she got to Oscorp really, really fast? Also, does Daily Bugle only have one reporter?
Schultz.
What?
Gwen. She still interns at
At the
Oscorp.
office this late?
I'm really happy to see Gwen again in this game. What did you say? She's not in the game? What makes this all the worse is that the first Amazing Spider-Man game not only closely followed the story of the movie, it even enhanced by adding canon parts of the story that we didn't get to see in the movie. This game, on the other hand, completely strays from the movie. Not having Gwen when the whole movie is about Peter and Gwen's relationship is egregious. Add 20 sins.
Okay, Max. Easy choice. Tell us where to find the weapons.
Worst Russian accent ever.
I'll be a criminal, you said. Money, glamour, power. Any second thoughts? Didn't I already fight you?
The same NPC joke again? That's it. 100 sins for this piece of shit game. It's enough that they make you fight the same NPC model over and over again. Do you just want to rub it in our face? So fuck you, Activision, fuck Beanox, fuck Eric Sherman, fuck Christos Gage, fuck this guy and this guy, fuck everyone who had a hand in making this game. Fuck you.
You're Mr. Spider-Man.
Just Spider-Man. Mr. Spider-Man was my father.
Dumb joke is dumb. Seriously, Spider-Man, didn't you learn your lesson the first time? You just decided to talk to him without restraining him first?
You know, as much as I made fun of these things, they're pretty clever. I could get this kind of kinetic energy into my webbing.
Now who's the thief?
Peter stops the thief, then steals himself. Has Uncle Ben taught you nothing? Still better than the Shocker from Homecoming.
Now who's the thief, huh?
Spidey can't just web up Shocker's mouth because he's already wearing a mask. And what's going on with the webs in general? They look like they're hovering 2 feet over Shocker.
My name is Sergei Kravenov. Men call me Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven is played by Steve Bloom. Sin removed.
Cross species. Beautiful. Are they not?
I thought Spider-Man captured them.
An inadequate solution. They escaped.
Okay, remove a sin for the game, at least taking place in the same universe as the first game.
Felicia, This is the number I gave Whitney Chang. How'd you get it?
Black Cat is a stalker, and I like it.
As in, I get my hands on things I'm not supposed to.
Removing a sin for Allie Hillis as Felicia Hardy. She has one of the sexiest voices ever and plays the part perfectly.
Play games with you. Bye, Felicia.
Craig.
Bye, Felicia.
Craven said he waited to find the Carnage Killer, but for a guy that says he's a hunter and has the head of every animal and cross species in his house, Spider-Man trusted him way too fast. I really like how you can unlock costumes. It's challenging, and a lot of them look better than the main suit. Wait, why is Oscorp making a Spider-Man suit?
So, this is gonna...
That arm, though.
Judging from your bargain basement suit, I doubt we move in the same circles.
Felicia has the most distinctive voice in the game. Peter should immediately know this is her.
Oh, I get it. One with a silver spoon in your mouth, huh?
Hardly. For me, silver's an acquired taste.
Acquired taste. I see what you did there. Remove a sin.
Spider-Man.
Sure, Spider-Man is a superhero, but an explosion at that range would have set him back.
That's him!
Wait.
Cletus can't hear them 10 feet above. Peter practically yelled right now.
And you're the Carnage Killer. Why'd you do it? I get having a grudge against criminals, but...
Not criminals, killers.
Discount Dexter. Just disarm him already. You know, while he's doing a 5-minute monologue, just shoot that old web shooter thing at the huge knife and disarm him. Carnage is like a Punisher type character instead of a crazy guy who kills for the fun of it. First person view, then topside view when the doctor in a mental facility is talking cliche.
Better take out the cameras, or the cops will blame this all on me.
I can literally hear the echo from how loud he's talking. Also, hero talking to himself cliche. Black Cat waits until Spider-Man has taken out all the guards to attack, instead of attacking alongside with him.
Run away with me. We'll go somewhere exotic. With our power, we can live like royalty. Adventure, excitement, romance.
So basically, all the elements this game lacks.
No, but I've got... responsibilities.
Yes, Peter, we know. With great power comes great responsibility. Wilhelm scream, remove a sin.
Something familiar about you.
How do you find anything familiar about him when he just looks like a giant glowing ball of electricity? Electro should be dead.
Whatever happened to you, it's affected your mind. But there are people who can help. Places you can go.
There are people who can save you, cliche. What were the scientists thinking? That puny glass would protect them?
Hurry! I can't hold it for long!
Says hurry, I can't hold it for long, but then proceeds to literally toss it to the side like it was a crumbled piece of paper. Seems like you could hold it for quite a while. Looks like the serum changes hair color too. Texture pop in.
You think it's hard for you? There are people sick.
Harry sounds like you just finished a Pornhub sesh.
You're gonna answer for your mistakes. And do whatever you can to make up for them. The greatest man I ever knew taught me.
Did Harry just realize Peter is Spider-Man? Everyone else not knowing is forgivable, but Harry was his best friend and Peter doesn't even try to change his voice while in the Spidey suit. Unforgivable sin.
Why are you fighting me? We're so alike.
The we're so alike cliche. The battle between Spidey and Carnage was awesome, remove a sin.
Now, the real work begins.
How cute they thought there was going to be a sequel. This game exists. Way too many villains introduced and dealt with immediately. They should have focused down on 3 or 4 main villains instead of introducing every single villain that Spider-Man has ever fought. None of the villains got time to shine. The hero mechanic puts you in a position where you can travel around New York and save people from burning buildings, find bombs and throw them off to the Hudson River, stop car thieves and save hostages, help the local law enforcement during their confrontations with criminals, and many other heroic activities. However, instead of giving you a reward for your heroism, it instead punishes you with an unreasonable timing system that pretends you can attend to New York as quickly as possible. Neglecting said side missions results in you becoming a menace, which would result in task force dispatchments all around New York with turrets that have better accuracy than Clint Eastwood, electric barriers that come out of nowhere that hinder your process, and flying drones that, if left unattended, will call down a hunter for you to deal with. So instead of feeling great for saving New York in the midst of a crime spree, you feel frustrated because you spend more time in these side missions in an attempt to stay heroic in the eyes of the public, meaning you'll spend more time around these side missions than you will in the main story. The hero system is a failure of game design. This fucking sucks. 100 sins. Ben bonus round.
Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben! Uncle Ben was my rock. Uncle Ben was gone. Who killed Uncle Ben? The man who killed Uncle Ben is out there somewhere. I'll never stop looking for Uncle Ben's killer. That fits the description of the guy who shot Uncle Ben. The ringleader looks like the guy who killed Uncle Ben.
I'm so sorry about your Uncle Ben.
I know, Uncle Ben. I promise, Uncle Ben. The guy who killed Uncle Ben is gone.
The man who took Ben, that's not what Ben would have wanted. It's bad enough you feel guilty about Ben.
And Uncle Ben, it's Uncle Ben.
Your Uncle Ben. Do it for Uncle Ben.
I miss Uncle Ben.